Hey y'all, and welcome to PolitiBrawl. My name is Brian, and Dinesh D'Souza absolutely wrecks this woke student who thinks reparations are a great idea.
How much wealth was stolen, and that's money that in some way could be given back. Now, if we're saying that it's absolutely impossible to give that money back because it's too hard to trace, we'd have to give money to the African tribes, we'd have to give money to people who no longer exist. That's absolutely fine, but we have to understand that we haven't really come to terms with that injustice that's been perpetrated, and if we are admitting that no one is perfectly entitled to absolutely everything that their ancestors had stolen from them, then we also have to accept that there are people today who benefit from the fact that their parents and grandparents profited from this immoral system. And the way to deal with that is with a social safety net that enables everyone to thrive. I'll leave you there.
Now, the first thing I'm trying to say is, this is a hugely controversial principle because it actually involves wrecking the freedom of a free society. You basically have to put it frankly, if we were to carry that out, go into people's homes and take their stuff. Take their furniture, take their cars. You don't seem to have even the guts to do that. You don't have the moral self-confidence to do it yourself.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. And what Dinesh is going to argue for next completely lays this argument bare, and it's beautiful to watch. But this kid getting called out for complete hypocrisy is therapy right now, but it's going to get even better in the next few minutes.
It may be, if I am advocating a rule of social justice and I'm advocating it for the whole society, before I persuade everybody else, let's say I'm a Christian and I believe everybody should give 10% of their wealth to help the poor. And I go, you know what? The Bible says this, the Bible says that, everybody should give 10% of their wealth to help the poor. And somebody says, Dinesh, are you giving 10% of your wealth? And I'm like, actually no, but I did do some tutoring. And you go, wait a minute, aren't you advocating, aren't you saying that there is a moral duty to do this? Why don't you do it? Before you convince us, you do it. And you're like, I don't think I should do it because society is extremely complex, and I don't think I should do it unless everybody else does it. No. Either you believe in it and you do it, and I'm not trying to indict everybody of hypocrisy, only you. Because you're the one who said, I'm the beneficiary of illicit privilege.
There you go. It's really that simple. The best kind of leadership is the leadership that happens from the front. The most inspiring man is the one who whips out his sword, hollers charge, and everyone follows after him. That is the kind of leadership that you need to have if you have the guts to go through with this idea. So if you want reparations to be properly given, why don't you start?
You're willing to have social justice if other people pay, but you're not willing to pay. So that's the problem. And that's the problem with the progressivism that marches behind social justice while protecting its own privileges. You know how you said, we all have to survive. Really? You have to be at Amherst to survive?
Attaboy, Dinesh. Attaboy. Call these people out. And you heard some of the groans from the people in the audience because a lot of them up front were older adults and other professors who basically came there to protest D'Souza and load up these questions that they think that are so intelligent, so poignant, because they legitimately think that they're the solution to a lot of the problems. The problem, however, is they don't put their money where their mouth is, and Dinesh D'Souza lays this absolutely bare and triggers them to no end. And by the way, if you want to trigger your liberal friends, I highly recommend you go into my friends at basedby.shop. It has a fantastic selection of shirts and other merchandise that you can wear or use to show up your liberal friends and trigger them into an absolute frenzy. They've got some wonderful stuff there, link in the description. But the important part is this. Dinesh D'Souza is calling out their entire way of life. He is going to these left-wing centers of power and basically completely reworking the way that their minds need to be worked, because these places are absolute hives for this ridiculous ideology that spreads like poison and cancer combined. And it's leftism in a nutshell. What they do with these colleges is gross. And they poison the minds of students into thinking that by taking other people's money, not their own, they're going to solve issues that really cannot be solved. And what's worse, I think the worst thing about this whole thing is that no one wants on that side, no one on that side wants to put their money where their mouth is. And it's absolutely disgraceful. And Dinesh D'Souza simply makes the argument that you need to lead by you need to lead from the front on this issue. You need to lead in the trenches on this issue, or else no one's going to follow you. Granted, no one should follow them because reparations are a terrible idea, and we constantly see these videos of where people who have espoused rhetoric for giving them reparations and finding that indeed there are slave owners in their DNA, and it's glorious to watch. And that's sort of the mud. That's just the mud of history that blends everything together. And it's a big reason why you shouldn't ever give people the time of day who think reparations are a good idea. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed this segment here on PolitiBrawl. Catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until then, y'all have a good one.